I think that the market has not been this bearish in the entire post-pandemic history, really. Everyone is saying the same things, and it's surprising that no one even dares to be contrarian with this general view that in 2025 we have oversupply, huge problem, and then we have demand slowing down, and everyone is effectively trying to outcompete one another on how bearish they are in China.
Yeah.
Now, I think that there's a correction which is overdue in the prices. Everyone is shorting the crude oil futures. Everyone is negative. I think it needs to come down, but ultimately the trend is correct. Lower prices should be the new norm, and in effect, we're just normalizing.
So how much lower can prices go from here, and what would be new normal for oil prices? What would be the new normal range?
Well, I might be a little bit of a contrarian because I think OPEC Plus will not only roll over its production targets in 24, but also in 25. So basically everything will stay the same. And then the new...
Could they deepen the cuts?
Well, that would be huge pain inflicted on Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia really is the main patient, effectively the main sufferer of all these production cuts. Everyone else has a fiscal break-even cost that's much higher.
Sure.
So I think they won't. They're afraid to cut too deep into it. But I think that the new pricing range is 70 to 80, and it's not going to get higher than that.
We keep talking about China's demand underperforming, but at 15 million barrels per day for China, 5 million barrels roughly for India, which is about 20-25, let's say roughly, going in that range. That's about 20-30% of global demand. Do you really think that it can have a meaningful impact as far as the demand outlook is concerned? Because these economies are still, okay, China's slowing down, but 5% is not bad for an $18 trillion economy. So to that extent, do you think the market is overplaying the demand concern?
Well, I think the market is a little bit like a child. Once it gets used to the good things, it just cannot get rid of that good feeling of growing nicely every single year. In a sense, for instance, look at India. In India, oil demand is growing tremendously.
Yeah.
But because it's from a lower base and it's not growing 1 million barrels per day every single year, everyone is disappointed. How come this is so low? In effect, the market, doesn't really carry that idea that oil demand growth shouldn't be 1 million barrels per day, that there was a lot of disruption after the pandemic, and that in effect what we do right now is just a normal existence of a normal global economy. So I think that's what the market needs to get used to.
Yeah.
We will not grow massively every single year. We will grow slower and slower and slower, but that doesn't mean we should give up on it.